Right, smart glasses are finally getting really good, but the industry is doing the same old thing, selling the dream and hiding the trade-offs in the comments section. So today is not an unboxing and it's not a look how futuristic I feel montage, it's a buyer regret investigation. I've pulled a load of real owner feedback and the same complaints keep repeating. If you're spending serious money in 2026, you deserve to know where the traps are before you stand on them. Just to be clear, I'm not pretending I've lived with every pair on Earth. If you want a hands-on review of one specific model, we've got options. This is for the bit everyone conveniently skims over, what owners complain about when the novelty wears off, and the thing has to survive a normal week of life. And yes, we're going to do recipes on screen because otherwise it's just vibes, and I'm not here for that. My rule is simple. Show the claim, show the reality, show the receipts, and then give you the practical moves you can make before you buy. If you're watching this, you're probably in one of two camps. Camp 1, you're an early adopter and you're thinking, I want that Jarvis thing on my face. And Camp 2, you're curious, but you're also thinking, I'm not paying 600 quid to look like a glass hole and then have it die after a month. Either way, this video is your shortcut because the big failures in smart glasses aren't glamorous, they're kind of boring. And boring problems are the ones that cost you money. Let's start with the brutal category. Hardware that's basically unfinished. Not a bit rough around the edges, pretty much unusable. This is where people get burned because the demo looks futuristic and then the real product feels like it's running on a toaster. You'll see the same words come up: lag, disconnects, overheating, random resets, the display going off or the app behaving like it's in a permanent bad mood. Now, I'm not picking on one brand for sport, I'm using it as a warning sign because this is a pattern across the lower trust end of the market. The product you saw online is never the product you live with. And here's why this matters. With smart glasses, the failure mode isn't slightly annoying. The failure mode is you stop wearing it. If it disconnects mid-walk, if the UI lags, if it dies randomly, you don't patiently persist. You bin it mentally. You tell yourself you'll sort it later. And of course, that's the end. Okay, wearable radar rule number 1. If it's flaky on day 1, don't assume that it becomes stable on day 30. Hardware doesn't magically learn manners. So the action point is painfully simple. If you can't return it easily, don't buy in the first place. Full stop. Now, the unsexy truth. Comfort decides everything. Not the display, not the AI. Comfort. Because you can have the best features in the world, but if the thing pinches your head, heats up your temples, slides down your nose, or makes you constantly adjust it, well, you won't wear it. And if you don't wear it, it doesn't matter if it has a heads-up display, a teleprompter, translation, notes, the lot. It becomes an expensive guilt. Comfort is also the one thing that's weirdly undercovered because it's difficult to make it look cool on camera. People prefer filming the heads-up display. Owners care about their nose bridge. And there's a specific reason this goes wrong. Weight distribution. Two pairs can weigh the same, but one feels fine and the other feels like a small punishment. Nose pads, frame geometry, how tight the arms are, how they sit behind your ears. It's all more than marketing specs. This is why I'm suspicious of reviews that spend 20 seconds on comfort and 6 minutes on features. Features don't matter if it lives in the drawer. So here's the micro rule that saves people money. Before you care about any of the clever stuff, ask, would I wear these for 2 hours straight? Not 5 minutes sat on the sofa, 2 hours doing normal life. If the answer is maybe, that's already a no, because maybe turns into no the second you get busy. And here's an awkward truth. Most people don't want to admit that they stopped wearing something because it was uncomfortable. They'll say it was a bit gimmicky. It wasn't, of course. It was their face protesting. Action steps you can actually do without becoming a detective. Buy only with easy returns. Sounds obvious. Assume a fit journey. So adjustments, nose pads, different frame sizes. If you hate wearing sunglasses for long periods, I'd be cautious. So next, the battery. This is where the industry gets away with language that is technically true and practically misleading. All-day battery often means all day if you don't use the things you actually bought it for. So displays, brightness, AI, audio, camera, They don't nibble at the battery, they decimate it. And people don't realise how quickly a photo, a bit of HUD, some translation, some music, a phone call stacks up in a normal day. So treat battery claims like a weather forecast. It might be true in the right conditions, but most people don't live in the right conditions. So the practical moves: find reviews from people using the same features you want. If you want heads-up display behaviour, plan for top-ups. If battery life is your number one anxiety, don't buy first-gen anything. This is the one that only shows up when you have a problem, which is why it's never in the launch video. Support loops. You go to get help and suddenly you're in a maze of serial numbers, proof of purchase, different support desks, and nobody wants to own the problem. And smart glasses are uniquely annoying here because they sit between categories. Are they eyewear? Are they consumer electronics? Are they a service? The support experience can reflect that confusion. Now, I'm not saying this happens to everyone. I'm saying if it happens to you after the return window, well, you're screwed. So practically, the support test should be part of your buying process. Day one. Open the app, register the product, find the help flow, check what it asks for, check what it does when something goes wrong. And if you buy through a third party, just be extra careful. Save the invoice, save the serial number, screenshot your registration confirmation. You want a paper trail before anything's broken. Now, the part nobody wants to admit because it sounds like you're being picky: AI features can be brilliant, but they can also be socially clunky. Live captions and translation are a perfect example. Technically amazing. In real conversation, delay changes the vibe. You see, humans speak in rhythm. Even a second feels odd. You end up waiting for your glasses to catch up and, well, that's just social tax. And this is where we get into what I call the glass hole evolution. Back in the early days, the fear was basically, are you secretly filming me? In 2026, it's weirder. It's, are you AI scanning my face whilst I'm talking? That feeling matters because wearables live on your face. They exist in social spaces. You don't get to ignore the social layer. So when you're judging smart glasses, don't just ask, does it work? Ask, does it work without making me feel awkward? Because if it makes you feel awkward, you'll stop using it. Here's my most unpopular take. If the glasses are useless without the cloud, you don't really own them. You're renting a service attached to a frame. If AI features sit behind a subscription or require constant connectivity, that's not a product, that's an ongoing bill. And I'm not even saying subscriptions are evil. I'm saying people should understand what they're buying. Because if the company changes terms, or the service goes down, or the app stops updating, your 600 quid tech can become a very heavy pair of sunglasses. This is also how you protect yourself from the paperweight risk with no-name brands. When a company churns models and vanishes, the app goes first. And once the app goes, most of the features go with it. So before you buy, scan for two things: what works offline today, and what features are locked behind a subscription or a constant cloud connection. The final hidden cost: burn rate. This category moves fast, and the moment next gen gets announced, resale value falls off a cliff, even if yours still works perfectly. So the best strategy is not chasing the newest, it's buying what fits your life and still works when the hype moves on. Right, screenshot this. If you're buying smart glasses in 2026, don't get hypnotized by the demo footage. Use this checklist. If you found this useful, subscribe, not for hype, for the boring stuff that saves you money. And comment your use case: work, travel, content, or daily life. I'll build the next breakdown around what you actually want these for. In the next video, I'll take two major categories and do a proper value per pound comparison using the Wearable Radar score, so you can make a decision without needing to watch 40 different videos.